Hi, this is Greg Salyers from 2FA. Today I'm going to show you some cool things that you can do with 2FA1 with RDP. I have a Windows 7 desktop here that doesn't have the 2FA1 client installed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate a RDP connection to another Windows 7 desktop. This could be Windows 8, Windows 10, or a Windows Server. I'm going to connect with a standard username and password. And I'm going to be connected to the remote session. On the far side computer, I have 2FA1 installed with risk-based authentication, and it's set to the RBA timeout equals 0. So this means every time I connect to this remote session that it's going to require me to authenticate with two-factor authentication. In this case, I've already authenticated with username and password. I don't have a reader connected on my near side computer. It's going to ask me to authenticate with my fingerprint, but I can't. So there's some other options that I can authenticate with here. First, I'm going to show you how I can do it with one-time password. Over here, I've got a reflection of my iPhone, and I've got the 2FA1 mobile app installed. Now I have iOS, and policy-wise, I have the Touch ID enabled. So when I touch my profile, it's going to require me to authenticate with Touch ID. If I didn't have Touch ID, I could authenticate with a PIN or a password or nothing at all. I'm going to go ahead and enter in the one-time password that's displayed here. And either click enter or the right-facing arrow, and I'll be authenticated to the Windows desktop. Next, I'm going to show an RDP connection with the 2FA1 push notification feature. So I connect the same way I did previously. An RBA will be triggered again. Go ahead and click OK. Select Other Credentials. Click on Ping Me. Now with 2FA1 Ping Me, what we do is we enter in our AD credentials and click the right-facing arrow. I'm going to go ahead and click on the login request. 2FA1 mobile app will open. I'm going to go ahead and hit approve and put my finger down for Touch ID. And the login's approved, and you'll see that I'm logged into the desktop. Next, I'm going to show you how to connect to an RDP session when you don't have a mobile device or any kind of local two-factor capabilities using 2FA RBA with challenge and response. So you're going to have the same process. You're going to go ahead and click OK, and on Other Credentials, then on Emergency Access. Confirm that your username's there. Now the way that I have the system configured is just by default. I answered 5 questions when I enrolled. I get challenged with 3 when I do 2FA challenge and response. I need to go ahead and answer these questions and click enter, and I authenticate. Next, I'm going to show you how to establish an RDP session when you don't have the 2FA1 client locally installed, but you do have a reader and a credential available. So I'm going to go ahead and establish the same connection. And you'll see here that I only have 2 credential providers. And we're back where we are with risk-based authentication. I'm going to go ahead and click OK, Other Credentials. And in this case, I've got an RFID badge. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that on a connected reader. Enter my PIN. It could also be your AD password. Click enter, and you're authenticated. Next, I'm going to show how you can establish an RDP session from an iPad using the Microsoft RDP client. I'll go ahead and establish the connection. And similar to before, I get notified with the RBA warning message. I'm going to go ahead and click on Other Credentials, and I'm going to do a push notification logon. I'm going to go ahead and enter my Active Directory credentials and click the right-facing arrow. and I'll receive a push notification on my phone. I'll go ahead and approve that, authenticate with Touch ID, and be logged into the RDP session on my iPad. Thank you very much for watching our video. If you have more questions, please get in touch with 2FA at sales@2fa.com or give us a call. Thank you.